Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be from the 18th to the 25th of March 2025. So I'm doing everybody's on different days and then just doing it as a week. I know it's been a while. If you want to book a read, check the description below. There's lots of deals, amazing reads below. Like the video and comment, okay? So let's take a look and see what's coming up for yous, okay? So what are we seeing for Taurus this week, please? What do they most need to know? What are the messages? Okay, so for the Taurus man, you're coming up reversed. You're coming up as the King of Pentacles reversed. So this would be a person who is maybe self-sabotaging. Maybe they're doing things that are not in the best interests. If you're a Taurus woman, you could be dealing with a man who's not committing, or he's having money problems or job problems or something like that. Okay? But for the Taurus man, this reversed is you're not in your best version, you're not really making good choices. This can also be someone who's jobless as well. So this can be somebody who is struggling financially, or they might be jobless, okay? So let's see what else is coming up. What is the advice for Taurus? So be careful about fucking yourself, Taurus. Be careful about sabotaging yourself this week, okay? Some of you are just not happy. So whatever situation you're in, if you're a Taurus woman watching for a Virgo man, if you're a Virgo man and you're dealing with a Taurus woman, there might be issues. But I'm going to say those who have got strong Taurus in the chart or Taurus in general, someone's not happy. And I'm also getting someone is in a relationship where the person just isn't acting right. They're not committing. So if you're cross-watching for a Taurus, be aware of this. I feel like this is a person who's just causing a lot of emotional chaos, like they're not really creating anything good. I feel like someone's really hurting themselves with choices that they're making. This could be the Taurus woman, it could be the Taurus man. So if this is self-sabotage, you need to fix your shit. What are we seeing for Taurus this week, please? What is the guidance for Taurus this week? I feel like it is a you week though, so we do have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is Taurus. So this can be anything from making money in a bank, it can be jobs, it can be religion. You need to get back to you. You need to reconnect with yourself. Some of you need to start disciplining yourself, organising yourself. I do think for some Taurus, it's a week to pull your energy back and focus on you. So some of you could be being destabilised by people around you. For the Taurus woman, it could be a man, water sign, Virgo, Aries. It could be someone who's just not committing. This person is all about themselves. There is a strong message for Taurus this week to focus on yourself, to put yourself first, to make yourself the number one priority. So some of you this week, you're unstable in some way. You might have been working too much as well. So the King of Pentacles reversed is someone who's working too much, or they have been working too much and they're just in burnout mode. So I feel like a strong message here is to stop letting people leech, stop letting people deplete you, stop letting them use you, and pull back into your power. King of Swords. So for the Taurus woman, you're definitely dealing with an air sign. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with someone who's married. So this could be an extramarital affair. I did get the sacral. So I'm getting someone who there's a lot of emotional chaos within your sacral. There could also be trauma bonding as well. But some of you, you're not coming up in a good position. Someone seems to have the power in a situation. You need to be aware of this. So this could be a boss, for example. For the Taurus woman, you could be dealing with someone who's committed. This could be a fuck boy, but they're holding all your power. Okay? But see the way he's wearing the wedding ring? Okay? So be careful with people who are married, Taurus. Nothing good is going to ever come from deceptive situations. Obviously, sometimes we get reeled into things, but just be aware. 9 of Wands. I think some of you are probably dealing with a wounded masculine. So some of you, this person might just be afraid of commitment. Strong Aries. But there's something about either needing to be selfish or somebody who is selfish. Someone who's not thinking about your well-being, somebody who's not This could be a job, it could be a boss, it could be a family member. Someone's putting too much weight on you. Okay, let's see what else is coming up here. Give me the Taurus woman's energy, please. Yeah, Eight of Cups. So someone might have walked away. Some of you with the Mercury retrograde, you might be thinking about the past. So again, it's a Mercury retrograde. There was also an eclipse. Also, old emotion, an intimate connection could be coming up at this time. So maybe someone walked away from you. Maybe you walked away from them. And with the heavy eclipse energy, there's been a lot of energies going on. There's also a Mercury retrograde. Maybe this is coming up. But just because it's coming up doesn't mean you're meant to get back with this person. It could be simply you need to clear this person's energy so that you can find someone new. So I think sometimes in a Mercury retrograde, we're like, oh, maybe I'm meant to get back with this person. And it's like, not necessarily. It could just be you need to clear out that energy because it's blocking you from finding something new. Okay, and we've got heavy incense going on here. So I think there's a reason for that. Some of you need to go through clearing of the past so you can move forward. Okay, so some of you are definitely dealing with an Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries this week, I feel like this guy's an absolute joke. This is definitely a player. I feel like this is someone who just wants you for the sex. This person could also be sleeping with multiple people. So some of you, there's a connection in your life, but this connection is just passion. I feel like this person doesn't want to commit to any of the options he's got. He could also be dealing with a Gemini and a Cancer woman as he's holding these symbols. But I don't want to say this, but I feel like I have to. So this symbol represents Gemini. Gemini represents the lovers, and then you've got Cancer. Some of you are dealing with a person who is a kin. It's like a cancer. It's like a disease. So in other words, you're dealing with someone who's very, very bad for your wellness. They're very bad for your health. Maybe that was why we was picking up the Cancer. And then we've got the Five of Wands. So some of you Taurus women, I feel like you've got a lot of options, but maybe you're choosing the one who doesn't want you. Some of you are being told to open up your options and stop living in the past. Some of you keep reminiscing over this person, but this person's gone. They're being intimate with other people, like they don't care. Okay. What else are we seeing for Taurus this week? Two of Wands. So there's a chance to take a new path, to take a new road. For those who are dealing with a strong fire sign, though, I think it's time to give this person an ultimatum. So I think some of you, there's been someone who's been in and out of your life. Let me just turn this like this. It's better. I think there's been someone who's been in and out of your life, and I think it's time to give this person an ultimatum. Choose me or lose me. It seems like a fire sign. It could also be that there's a passionate connection, and really it's about a choice. So like, you're telling this person, okay, is this going to be anything more than this, or is it time to go? So I do think it's time to give someone an ultimatum. There could also be a second chance for some of yous. It could also, remember, all readings can be vice versa. So this can be a person who's asking you for a second chance, because twos represent a second chance. Some of yous are dealing with your twin flame. But I said this to someone the other day who I was speaking to. A twin flame connection can be very intense, but it doesn't always mean it's supposed to work out. So sometimes it can feel like that's the person you're meant to be with, but sometimes it doesn't mean. It can be very toxic. So be careful. Some of you are definitely dealing with a twin flame. Okay, you can reach out for a love read on my website if you want me to look into a connection. It's in the description below. But yes, some of you are dealing with a player. See the Seven of Wands? So this is a player. Leo's coming up, Aries coming up, Sagittarius, all of them are coming up. Aries is coming up really strongly though. But I just think for some Tauruses, be careful of playing yourself. Be careful of allowing people to play you. For the Taurus man, I think you're around people who are just a mess. This is why you're unstable. I think for the Taurus man, you need to look at the people you're connected to because they're just not good for you. I feel like these might be people who are causing fights. They might be full of drama. They might be like addicted to things. Whoever these men are, they're just a commodity of errors. They're just a mess. So some of you Taurus men, you need to start disconnecting from a certain group of men, a certain group of people. This can be starting the gym. Some of you need to start setting strong boundaries with certain people in your life who are taking the piss. Queen of Pentacles. So it looks like a better week for the Taurus woman because you're coming up upright, so this is really good. So maybe for the Taurus woman with the Mercury retrograde and the eclipse, there might be someone who wants you back. The other side of the coin is, I feel like someone does want you back, but it's not for the right reasons. You provide a lot of value to this person. I think they're using you and lying to you, okay? It could also be that someone is kind of keeping you around and they're keeping you on the hook, but they're not serious about you. So I think a message for you this week is to protect your interests. That's a message for Taurus this week, especially the Taurus woman, because you seem to be doing well. You've got a lot to offer. You don't have to settle for less. You don't have to devalue yourself. This is something about value, protecting your interest. Remember where the Hierophant came up? I'm also getting being careful what you're sharing as well, because there's definitely some questionable people around you. Five of Wands can be people who attack a person. This can be people who show up at your house and try to rob you. Okay, like I think we're in those times where it's not about paranoia, it's not about fear, but it's about being aware of what is going on around us. Okay? So these are people who are looking to cause problems for people. This can be stealing cars. It can be people who show up at your house and try to fleece you. I just think there's a need to be careful. Some of you might want to change your location because the place that you're currently in is very dangerous. Now, again, for those people who don't feel like that, that's not a message for you. This is for the Taurus who've kind of been feeling that the environment they're in is a problem. In other words, gangs are hanging around. It just feels uneasy. Your instinct is telling you, I need to leave this place. So there's a need for Taurus this week to listen to itself and trust itself. Okay. What are we seeing for Taurus this week, please? What else do Taurus need to know this week? Six of Wands. So I do think for some of you, this is about letting a person go as well. Okay? So the Six of Wands is letting the past go, letting a connection that's devaluing you go. But if we see the Six of Wands as you, it's about doing what you need to do. There's something where Taurus is being dragged down by the people around them, by an environment. Okay? But I'm also getting, there's a strong message to let go of people who are no longer your people. There's something about Taurus needs to grow. Some of you might be having problems with people around you, leeches, stuff like that, and it's because you've got it together, but they haven't. Okay? I feel like the good stuff is the Ten of Cups. So quality, not quantity. I'm getting new houses here, so this is people who are starting to move to new territory, create new friends, create new opportunities. There's something about mismatchment of alignment, so being out of alignment, not your place, not your people. The good stuff this week for the ones who've really been working hard, you're buying a house, you're moving to a new location, you might be setting up a business. Some of you might be collaborating with other people and it's going to be very successful. Whatever you're collaborating on as a business, you're going to be able to buy a house. Okay? So I think there's something definitely where, especially for the Tauruses that are doing well, you might have a lot of people begging, a lot of people trying to get money or resources. I think it's time to start setting boundaries with these people. Okay? There's something strong, there's a strong message with that. Okay, start setting boundaries. With the heavy incense as well, I haven't really done this in other videos. I think there's a message to cleanse. This can be sage in your house, sage in your environment, making sure you're cleansing yourself. Because some of yous, I feel like you might be carrying energies and attachments, but they're not yours. But I think a bigger message for Taurus this week is about attachments. So attachments to people, being around people who are outdated for you. You know, people come into our life for a reason and we might travel the path with them for a period of time, but we should never feel guilty of letting go of people we've outgrown. You know, some people want to stay in the place that they're in and you can't make them come with you, so leave them behind, okay? But for the Taurus who've been working hard, I love this. I feel like you're really moving forward. You might be buying a house. You might be surrounded by amazing people. You're starting to see the fruits of your labour. But some of yous, you're kind of in this. People might be taking you for granted. Okay, they're leeching too much. They're expecting support. Maybe you don't have it to give them. Maybe you do, but you just don't want to. Maybe you're tired of supporting these people. And some of you have had this connection that's been in and out. I feel like this person leaves your life and then they come back again. It might be time to finally close that chapter because I feel like this person is holding you back. Okay, some of you might have a child with this person. Can you see the child here? So you might have a child with this person. The strength. Something is going to take courage. It's gonna take conquering a fear. Leo is coming up strongly here. For the Taurus man, I think you've got to be careful with fear controlling you. There's also a demonic female, a spiritual female. So when we say not a spiritual, but she's called a spirit female. So this is someone who the devil has sent into your life, but it destroys you. Remember, love doesn't destroy you. It makes you stronger. It supports you. I feel like some of you, there's a person around you who's depleting you. Money, mental, physical, spiritual, energetic. That should be a sign that it's sent by the devil. So yeah, there's something about moving forward, clearing old attachments. This is a revision. For me, with that Hierophant in there, you're starting to revise your belief system. You're starting to make changes to what you believe in. Some of you could be leaving a religion or entering a religion. There could be aware of the people around you. Remember that Six of Wands. I feel like this is people who try to influence you. So people who try to dictate your destiny and your direction. These are people who want to keep you with them. And this is about having the courage to leave these people who are not really in alignment with your true self. Okay. Final outcome, the Magician. Some of you might need to speak to a psychic or a tarot reader or a counsellor. It could be a Reiki healer. Some of you, it could be someone who does things like spirit detachment or cord cutting. The Magician is someone who's got powers or they've got information that you need. Insight. That's what the Magician is. It's someone you go to perform something, to guide you in some way. For some of you, I think this is about going to a bank, getting a mortgage, getting your first house. Some of you are leaving a place, you're relocating. It's very powerful. It's, it's not all doom and gloom. I just think Taurus needs to be aware of the people around them. Because there is a truth that the people around us create our belief. They create our reality, the places we live in, the jobs we go to. So for Taurus this week, it's about sitting down and saying, do I feel like my relationships are balanced? Do I feel like these people are my people? Am I holding on to these people out of guilt? Am I supporting these people out of guilt? Like, it's real bigger questions this week because I do think some of you are not making these changes, especially for the Taurus man, and you're holding on to something and it's actually bringing your downfall. Okay, it could be creating ill health, it could be creating unhappiness, it could be blocking you from the life you deserve. So yes, but some of you might need guidance for you personally to see what this is for you personally. And instinctively know who that person is. Check out the other signs. So you've got the other signs up as well. Like the video and comment. And if you want to book a personal read with me, it's in the description box below or the comment section. I'll speak to you soon.